Hi everyone!
Hi everyone! In today's video, we are going to talk about 4 tips for the 3 tasks in IGCSE Chinese writing exam.
Hello Mr. Lee!
Writing task is very important in the IGCSE exams, and usually for a lot of students is the most difficult part. So basically, paper 4 writing part, there will be 3 tasks. Number 1 is the form filling task. Students are supposed to use single words, short phrases to fill in some blanks. There will be 5 marks altogether. After that, there will be a directed writing task. Students are supposed to write about 80 to 100 characters. There will be 20 marks for this part. The last part is an extended writing task. Students are supposed to write about 150 characters. There will be 28 marks for this part. The writing exam will be 1 hour and 15 minutes, altogether 45 marks.
Mr. Lee, I'm sorry, I still feel a little bit confused about these 3 tasks. Could you introduce more about each task for us?
Sure, all these 3 tasks are totally different. And now I'm going to introduce all the 3 tasks by providing you specific examples. For example, the first one, form filling task. Suppose we are on a school trip and your friend Sam lost an item. You help him to fill in the following form in Chinese. The first one, nationality, 国籍. So here, what are you going to write?
All kinds of countries.
Yes, any kind of country. You just need to use single words like China, like India, like America, like Great Britain. Second part, lost item, 丢失的东西. 丢的东西. You can write anything such as
手机
手机, cell phone.
钱包
钱包, wallet. 书
书本
book. Yes, you can write anything. The third part is items look like. 东西什么样? So you need to give a very brief description about the things you lost.
Well, for example, if I lost my handphone, I will say its brand, its color. I will say 苹果手机. 苹果手机, Apple, iPhone. 黑色的苹果手机.
黑色的 black color. That's very good. Or if you lost a book, you can say is English book. 英语书,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
You can also say 很厚. 什么是厚?
Very
thick. Very thick. Or you can write 白色的书, 白色的书, white color.
I think we should encourage students to use color more.
Yes, exactly. Color is always a very good thing for students to write when they are describe things, right?
Yes, so 大大的、小小的、长长的 and plus color.
Yes. The next part is the place you lose. So you can write a place where you lose a thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can think of?
学校
school.
Or 教室
classroom.
Or even more detailed like 学校的厕所
the bathroom in the school. So basically you can write anything you can write about a place as long as it's reasonable, right? Okay, the last one, 丢的日期 date, the date. So when did you lose it? You need to write a date.
Well, 昨天
昨天 is not a date.
Oh,
For the date, you need to write which month and which day. For example, 3月15日.
That's right, yeah.
8月1日, August 1st, or March 15th. So that is the date. So basically, in the form filling task, you're supposed to write down very simple words or phrases to actually make your form filling reasonable, as long as you can make it reasonable. So, therefore, you really need to help your students to build up a very basic and important vocabulary. They need to have the basic vocabulary so they can use at least the very basic words to describe the daily things that they might need to fill in the form. So, Mr. Lee actually prepared for you 2 lists. The left vocabulary list is made by Mr. Lee and Miss Bella, and they are the essential Chinese vocabulary you need for all basic topics in IGCSE 0547. The right part is the IGCSE Chinese 0547 syllabus, in which you will find the overall vocabulary. It's huge vocabulary, so Mr. Lee strongly recommends you to first start with the easy one on the left.
Yes, the vocabularies is the foundation of a language. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee, for preparing this for us.
Thank you, it's very important. Now next, let's go to the directed writing, okay?
Sure, so exciting.
Take this for example. 你家附近有一个动物园，请写一写. Write about the zoo near your house. Miss Bella, do you mind read all these questions?
Yeah, sure. First, 动物园几点开门? When does zoo open? Second, 你怎么去动物园? How do you go to the zoo? Third, 那里有什么动物? What animals are there in the zoo? Fourth, 那里的咖啡馆怎么样? How is the coffee shop over there? Fifth, 下一次你想跟谁一起去动物园？为什么? Who do you want to go with to the zoo next time? Why?
So basically, if you want to do well in this directed writing, you need to answer those questions one by one, following the order, and you are supposed to write about 80 to 100 Chinese characters. Now let's go to the third part, okay? The third part is the extended writing. You're supposed to choose either A or B. You only choose one, you don't have to choose two. For example, answer question 3A or question 3B, write about 150 characters in Chinese. So A, 礼物 presents. 你最近收到了一个礼物 You recently received a present. 写一封电子邮件给你的朋友，说说 Write an email to your friend and say, Miss Bella, do you mind read the questions?
Yeah, sure. 你收到了什么礼物? What present did you receive? Second, 这个礼物是谁送给你的? Who gave you this present? Third, 你跟他的关系怎么样? How is the relationship between you and him or her? Fourth, 他为什么送礼物给你? Why does he or she give you this present? 收到礼物后，你打算做什么? After receiving this present, what are you going to do?
So basically, you are supposed to write an email and you are supposed to answer all these questions one by one in order. And you need to write about 150 characters. For task B, it's about 上网学习 online learning. 中学生杂志 The magazine for middle schoolers. 想了解一下 wants to know about 学生对上网学习的看法 The opinion of the students about online learning. 给杂志写一篇文章 Please write an article to the magazine. 说说 talk about. Miss Bella?
Number 1. 你上网学过什么? What have you learned online? Number 2. 你每次学多长时间? How long do you usually learn? Number 3. 上网学习有什么好处或者坏处? What are the advantages and disadvantages about online learning? Fourth, 你打算上网学习什么新的东西？为什么? What new things are you going to learn online? Why?
So basically, you need to write an article to the magazine, and you need in your article you need to answer all these questions one by one in order. Of course, 150 words, please.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Now I know the basic information about writing. Could you tell us more strategies or tips about writing tasks to get students do well in their writing tasks?
Sure, I'm very glad to do that. First, students need to have a very good vocabulary. They need to memorize some very basic words, otherwise they have nothing to write in the test, right? Don't forget, students are supposed to write all these Chinese characters out of their memory.
Yeah, that's right.
Second, students need to answer the questions in order. For example, if there are 4 questions, I'm suggesting students to answer the questions from top to bottom, one by one.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Do you mean directed writing?
For directed writing and also for extended writing, students are supposed to answer the questions in order.
Yeah, okay.
Because otherwise, if you jump questions, you won't provide enough answer for all the questions. And don't forget, every answer for each question counts the points. Thirdly, I'm asking students to choose 1 or 2 questions to elaborate. Students do not have to elaborate on every single question. It's not necessary. But I'm asking them to choose 1 or 2 questions which they find most confident and the most capable to elaborate, to provide more information and details, and also to show off their Chinese language skills. Lastly, I'm asking students to use at least 3 to 4 conjunctive adverbs.
Conjunctive adverbs?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because conjunctive adverbs will connect words and sentences and make your sentences longer and make your sentence more logic and more descriptive, and it really upgrades the level of your Chinese writing.
Makes sense.
So at least please use 3 to 4 conjunctive adverbs. If you want to know more about how to use Chinese conjunctive adverbs, please look into Miss Lee's other videos.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you for sharing with us about the 4 tips of writing exams. That's really helpful.
Thank you. And I really hope those tips will also work for you. Wish you good luck in IGCSE writing exam.